starting the stream, which means you are live in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome back to Black Hollywood Live Next, where we always talk to you about what's next and what's going on in Hollywood. Today is no different. We are talking about all of Black Hollywood coming together for the hashtag Someday is Today. And we're talking about actress Lisa Nicole Carson and her battle with being bipolar, which is huge because a lot of people in our community don't talk about that. In addition, of course, Suicide Squad is out today, and we're also talking about the next host of the show, The Real. Who could it be? We're also talking about Wale and his new song, Don't Go Anywhere. Stay tuned for Black Hollywood Live Next.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live Next.
Welcome back. We are so excited to be here with you this week. Next is where we keep it popping, we keep it hot. We tell you everything that you need to know for who's next in this place. I am Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever. You can find me. And who are you, lovely lady?
I am Michelle Madison. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle_Madison TV, Instagram Michelle_Madison TV, and maybe Periscope sometimes.
This is my jam, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you know this song?
I love this song. It's so diverse, which I love.
Talking about every, I was like, yes, they shout out every girl from every nation. Hey. All right, so how have you been, first of all? How's your week?
Well, my week's been good. I can't complain. You know, my hair is like a little bit of the, the Today Show after girl or before girl, depending on how you like the hairstyle.
Right.
How was your week?
No, it's going really good. It's going really good. And I'm so happy to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in Hollywood. So, we know about all of the police brutality and the systemic racism that's been going on since the beginning of time. But I think now with the invention of camera cell phones and social media that it's just been put out into the forefront. So it's good to hear that a lot of actors and actresses in Hollywood are taking a stand. So there's a new PSA out called hashtag Someday is Today, and it's very, very powerful. Let's watch a clip.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace.
We shall live in peace someday.
Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe.
We shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all.
You see how powerful this is?
Someday.
Of course, that comes from the Negro spiritual, we shall overcome. And basically what they're saying is that someday is today. They're saying we shall overcome someday. Well, when is someday?
Yes, it's been 400 years and it was 50 years.
Right.
Now it's 2016. I mean, come on.
Right. And a lot of these actors are the same actors that went to the Los Angeles courthouse on July 17th and they did a type of sit-in and they just did Occupy City Hall. And so I just love that they're taking a stance because a lot of times it's easy to be like, hey guys, I'm not going to use my celebrity for a good cause.
Or
I'm just
especially when you get to a certain level, you don't want to rock any boats.
Right. And so it's just good to see, all of these actors we know these actors, we've seen their faces. So for them to come together, I mean, there's so many actors that did this video from Megan Good, Alfre Woodard, Nicole Ari Parker, Tika Sumpter, who else? Derek Watkins, Farnsworth Bentley, Anthony Hemingway, the director, Michael Ealy. Everybody did this, and it's just cool to see them all come together.
And I'm wondering too, because I don't know if you saw the video even closer up. It seemed like some of them were crying.
They were. Megan Good was crying.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was so powerful, and it was created and produced by Tommy and Cody Oliver and Steve Jones, who they do a lot of things like this with actors around the city. So to me, this was powerful. Just watching it, like, wow, you got all of them together in one room at one time because you can see in the background.
Yeah.
That is the same place. You got all these people together just to do this PSA, and that's awesome.
And that's what we have to do: take our power to a different, level and use our platforms.
Use that hashtag. Someday is today. And speaking of hashtags, use the hashtag BHL Next and let us know what you think about the show and what kind of guests and stars you want to see right here sitting with us.
And some topics.
Yeah. Well, let's keep the casting news going. So, Hollywood had allegedly blackballed an actress named Lisa Nicole Carson. Now, if you remember her, she's done a lot of movies, a lot of old like cult black movies, and she also was known for her role on Ally McBeal. She's the best friend of the main character, Ally McBeal. But she had this like infamous meltdown in a Manhattan hotel. Like she just went crazy, and it was all over the news. And then you didn't hear from her for a while. Well, she's resurfaced because she is telling everybody what happened. She's bipolar, and at the time she didn't know what being bipolar was. She just didn't want to. She's like, ugh, mental illness. A lot of times black people, we don't like to talk about mental illness.
It's a taboo in our communities, and
it's sad because it's real, and it does affect a lot of people. And so she's telling her story on Centric tomorrow in a documentary. So that's Saturday, August 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern, because she wants people to know, like, you know, that being bipolar doesn't mean it's the end of your life, because for a while we didn't see her on TV because in 2000 when she had this meltdown, she just kind of faded to the back. But now she's back and she wants to, you know, revive her career, and I think she should.
And it's a good time because I think that we're starting to open up the conversation about mental health illness, especially in light of Black Lives Matter and understanding what's going on with the recent situation that happened with the young lady when they were saying that she may have a mental health issue. But I think this is a great time for her to use her story, use her, and I hate to say this, but her burden as a blessing.
Right.
Because bipolar is, you know, something very serious. It's a form of depression. So, and I think a lot of people in our community, especially as black women, we have this Wonder Woman-like mentality that we're supposed to do everything and we can't cry, we can't feel. And I like to see when people open themselves up, and I hope her career does come back.
I hope so too. I mean, she's a really good actress. She's really funny, and I think, you know, why not? Come on back, girl. It's time. So make sure you catch that documentary on Centric. It's called Being, and it's tomorrow, Saturday, August the 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's talk about some what's next or nah, Michelle.
Okay, well, guys, you know, today major movies out. Suicide Squad starring Will Smith. I saw it earlier this week, but it's been coming under fire with some backlash as far as a lot of the critics, which I don't agree with. I will say that okay, so the rumor is that he didn't do Independence Day Resurgence partly because of this movie, right? And that was probably a good decision.
But when he died, he couldn't do it.
Well, in the first one, in Independence Day,
yeah,
the first one.
Well, isn't that what happened? Isn't that why?
Have I not seen it that long? I don't remember him dying.
Well, I think that either he died.
No, he didn't die.
He didn't die.
Girl, you got me
They
scared.
wrote in that he died in order to explain.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, because that's what I was like. Did they write him that he died? Okay, got it.
In the second one, but not in the first one. Okay. Girl, I was like, wait.
So many. It's
because I still watch it every 4th of July. I have to watch Independence Day.
Was it how long ago? 20 years?
About.
Oh my god.
But I know we're digressing. So, in the event, so is this his next hit? I think so. I absolutely loved Suicide Squad. I'm not a critic, and those critics that don't like it, they're the reason why the Oscars are so white, anyways.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
So, our question to you is: Suicide Squad Will Smith's next movie, big movie or not? I say so.
I say no.
Did you see it?
Not yet. I'm going to go see it today. I will say it. But here's why.
Why don't you think so?
Because, okay, if you look at a lot of people hate this movie. They're really upset. I mean, there's a petition going around to DC or whatever, because there's people are so mad that the movie didn't turn out good.
And see, I think that this is a movie that's bringing DC to compete with Marvel, because this movie after Daredevil, I'm not gonna say that word, after Deadpool,
right,
is the best superhero movie I've seen this year. And Tarzan was surprisingly
great. I think it'll be good just because there's a lot of star power, but
and it was not just that. I think the writing was on point, the comedic timing was on point. I love the diversity of the cast. It made sense. The females, they were strong, and they had layers to them.
Right.
There was only one little dialogue I didn't really care for, but for the most part, I don't think the CG was overly. I didn't feel like Independence Day Resurgence was just like, oh my gosh, is this over yet? Can I get my money back?
Right. So we'll see. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I'll check it out. You guys let us know what you think. What else is next or not on the list?
So we know a couple months ago, our beloved Tamar was let go from The Real, right?
Yeah.
And so since then, people have been wondering, so who's going to replace Tamar? So apparently now in the works, rumor mill saying that it may be Mel B, it may be Ashanti, it may be Monica. And I want to know, what do you guys think?
Eve.
Or Eve.
Yeah.
Billionaire Eve.
Right.
Ooh, I need to have her life. So do you guys think that, there should be a next replacement for Tamar on The Real or nah? Or any of these people?
I actually like the choices that they have, except Ashanti.
I actually want Tisha Campbell, Martin.
Well, here's the reason I say no to Tisha, because she's too old.
No, and I think
She
that's why.
is.
No, let's not be ageist. Tisha technically spans 3 generations thanks to syndication. Martin is
True.
living in syndication, so you have our parents' generation, us, and then this newer generation who all understand who she is. Like, she has a life skill, and she's still looking hot.
No, here's what I say. I think she's very relevant. However, I think she would fit more on The View, because they are looking for some people on The View too.
Yeah, she could go there too, but I feel like when I see her on The Real, like, I love it. I'm like, I don't know.
I wouldn't.
For her.
She doesn't get my vote. She gets Michelle's vote. She doesn't get my vote.
We can disagree.
We can disagree. The people that they have on the list I actually like. Mel B, probably the same reason I wouldn't pick her. I would say nah to her is the same reason I would say nah to Tisha Campbell Martin.
But that's why I'd also say yes for Mel B, because remember you're talking to the general population now, so we're talking to moms and grandmas, right, and millennials, and I think women who have that breadth of life experience, and someone like Mel B also, who's had her share of
right. I love Mel B, by the way. I love
and
love,
she's
love her.
Looking hot, and she's old. She's a young mom, and she had a child before, and then now she's a younger baby at a different age. I think that adds to the dynamics, because right now Tamara's the only one that has a kid. Lonnie's single, she's 40. Jenny Mai, I believe, is freezing her eggs, and Tamar was the only one with a kid. But we don't have any older moms who's dealt with teenagers and career changes and being 40. And are you still sexy at 40 or 50? And see your sex life and.
But it was okay. So you say that, but that's why my vote is for Monica. Eve, I love Eve, but I feel like Eve's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if her life.
Yeah, she's a billionaire. She doesn't even have real people
problems.
problems.
It's a little different now. She's not the same Eve from Rough Rider days.
The Pause, Stevie J.
Right. So I like Monica. Like, I look at Monica's Instagram, and I promise you, I feel like she's a friend in my head.
Oh.
Like, I look at it like, hey girl, yes, that was so fun. Like, I just really be thinking.
I'm gonna start checking out her social media. I'm an old head, so I tend to gravitate towards older people, so that's
that makes sense. But Monica is a mother. She's got 3 kids. She's still very young. She's married to an NBA guy. Like, she just I like, and she's a star in her own right.
Yeah, she's been through stuff too.
Right,
her best friend committing suicide.
Yeah, so I feel like she would be a very good replacement, and I've seen her on a couple of talk shows, and she's a lot of fun.
Okay, maybe because that's
down home cool girl.
I haven't seen her on shows, so that's probably what it is. Yeah. I haven't seen her.
She was promoting her album really tough this past year, but she's just really cool. Like, she's really that cool chick. And so Tamar's a cool chick, but to me she was a little too much.
I think that people they want her to be that much, because that's how I felt when she was on the red carpet for the Soul Train Awards. It was just too turned up. But I think that it's that assumption people have from her reality show, and that's what they always want. And I don't feel like she's always that person, but the producers are probably telling, oh no, bring it up more.
It was just too much. And but here's the other flip side of that. Monica is, she's still got the homegirl quality, but she's not
just
like
one of them days.
I know, but she's not gonna be like, okay, boo. Like, it's not gonna be too much.
And that's part of why they said to let Tamar go, but they knew what they were getting when they signed her up.
So who's next or not for you on this list?
I am leaning towards Mel B and then Monica, but I still want my Tisha.
Okay,
I tend to go against the grain, as you can see. I don't agree with most people. So, but who am I?
That's fair.
But
Monica,
Tamar's gonna be good. She got her show with Steve Harvey.
Right, she's good. She ain't hurting. Her pockets ain't hurting. She still got a belly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about fresh beats. What's good with the music? So Wale just recently had a baby girl with his girlfriend. Aww. And they've been going strong. He's talked about fatherhood and how it's really changed him in just a few short weeks. So he's got a new song out, and he's talking about his lady. It's called My PYT. Let's listen.
I wanna love you, pretty young thing. You need some love, and I'm a real one. Say, hold up, what's up, what it do? I ain't trying to do too much, but come through. Cartier frames too much, but it's cool. The only thing strange, they won't get off you. Tell you wanna ride up, well I got a ticket, and later we can hide out. Try and get missing, now I'm all up in your mind now. Cause I get you, but you can't figure mine out. See, I'm quite different, a James Bond nigga with
So yeah, like I really like this song. It's a cute song, right?
You know I'm AKA, so I'm all about the PYT. Boo, yeah.
Okay, well, he got the inspiration. Wale said he met Katherine Jackson, who's Michael Jackson's mother, and that day he was so inspired that he wanted to do a song that paid homage to Michael Jackson. So this is his version of PYT, Pretty Young
With
Thing.
the girls twerking.
With the girls twerking. So this is like 2016 PYT.
Michael
you know?
Jackson would be like, oh my gosh, what is that, Bubbles? It's jiggling.
Right. And so it's really cool. It's coming on his new album, Shine. That should be out soon. And, you know, I think he's a really good lyricist. I love Wale's music, and I really hope that, you know, this next album is going to be all that in a bag of chips, especially if it's anything like this song that he paid tribute to Michael Jackson with.
And it's one of the few remixes post Diddy Bad Boys Family that I actually like.
Right.
They're like the emperors of like remix.
Right.
So, yeah.
So let us know what you guys think. Use the hashtag BHL Next. Who else should be on this show? What topics should we cover? We want to hear from you. Yes. Who are you, pretty lady, before we get out of here?
I am Michelle Madison. You could find me on Instagram at Michelle_Madison TV and Twitter, MICH_Madison TV.
And you can find me, Megan Thomas, at Meg Scoop on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, wherever. Just find me.
Bird calls.
We love you guys. Make sure you tune in next week right here to find out who's next on Black Hollywood Live Next. Peace.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.